Hey, my name is Brian Wall with worshiptutorials.com. This is a tutorial over the song Oceans, Where Feet May Fail. It is originally by Hillsong United, but this is a resource over the arrangement that Worship Tutorials has put out under the name Worship Tutorials Studios. And it's like the acoustic version, so you can find that. There'll be a link below or up here where you can go listen to that and buy it if you'd like. It's available on iTunes and Spotify, anywhere else that you can get digital music. And this one features me, and I did all the recording and the production for this song. And really, my heart behind these acoustic versions, this is on I call it the Acoustic Sessions Volume 1, hopefully of many. But the heart behind these is if you'd like to do sort of an acoustic arrangement in your church, maybe you don't have that many musicians and you want to do a good acoustic arrangement of a song, or maybe you have a lot of resources and musicians at your disposal, but you want to kind of break it down for a acoustic kind of a set. This would work well, and I would love to resource you with everything you need to pull this off. So the first thing is you can get the MP3. You buy it on iTunes, you can buy it anywhere you can get music. The multi-track and the loop is available as well through Loop Community. If you click through, there will be a link where you can get that. So you can either get the multi-track, which has all the parts individually, or you can get the loop, which has a click track panned left, I think, and then the loop, all the instruments panned right. And so you can play along to that. But I want to show you how I play the song today, talk about the different parts, and how you can go about doing it. So I do have a tutorial. This is in the key of G, and I do have a tutorial on Oceans in the key of G in the Hillsong, the Zion album arrangement. This one's a little shorter and a lot simpler. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over every single part, but the basic arrangement goes like this. It starts on an intro. It's E minor to D over F sharp to G, back to D, and to C. And those are the only chords in the song, with the addition of an A minor. There's an A minor in the song in the bridge as well. So it's just those 5 basic chords in the key of G. You can kind of finger them however you would like with any kind of chord voicing that fits those chords. So the basic strumming pattern for the song is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And this is how it sounds when you play the chords. So that was the progression of the intro and the verse. Now the song starts kind of with just pads and this finger picking pattern that I'm going to show you. It sounds like this. Okay, so that just goes on top of the progression that we just played. E minor, D over F sharp, G, back to D, C. Okay, so to play this, you'll start the E minor shape. You put your second finger, your middle finger on the A string, 7th fret. So 3, 5, 7. 7th fret, A string, and then I put my pinky finger on the B string, 8th fret. And so to play this whole thing, these fingers, the second finger and the 4th finger, stay on the A and the B strings. They just move to different frets. And then your plucking pattern is thumb 1 2 1, thumb 1 2 1, thumb 1 2 1, thumb 1 2 1. It's very simple. And there's 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So this thing might sound a little more complicated than it really is. It probably doesn't sound that bad. And it's really easy to do. So you start. I'm just going to call out the frets and understand that your second finger is on the A string and your fourth finger is on the B string. So it starts on 7 and 8. 7th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the B string. Then you slide that up 2 frets and keep the same spacing. Now you're on 9 and 10. That's your D, and it works for the D over F sharp as well. And then you slide it up to 10 and 12. So your spacing between your 2 fingers moves apart a little bit, but they stay on the same strings. That's the G, 10 and 12. 10th fret of the A string, 12th fret of the B string. You go back to that D shape, 9 and 10, and then down to play a C kind of a chord, it would be 3 and 5. And that is by far the biggest stretch that you're going to find. It might be easier to play it with your index finger, but just for the sake of simplicity, index finger on the A string, I keep my middle finger on it just to make it easier so I don't have to move fingers. Again, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 10 and 12, back to 9 and 10, 3 and 5. And that happens for the intro and the verse, all the verses and the intro, and all the turnarounds. So to put it along with the song, it goes like this. So here's the intro. Here's the 10, 12 G shape. Back to the D shape, 9, 10. C shape, 3 and 5. Here we go, verse. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. Now we're into the chorus. And I'll call upon your name. And I just kind of do really simple picking in the chorus. It goes C, and I will call to G, upon your name, D. Back to a C, and keep my eyes to G, above the waves, to D. When oceans rise, C, my soul rests, G, in your embrace, D. I am yours, C, and you, D, are mine, and you go right back into E minor, D over F sharp, G. That same thing is the turnaround. So I really designed this so you could have 2 acoustic guitars, or maybe an acoustic guitar and like a clean electric guitar, and play it with 2 guitar players. And there's also a like a shaker that comes in with a tambourine on the 2 and the 4, or maybe just the 4. If you listen to the song, you'll hear it. It's kind of it's a tambourine shaker, but you can do any kind of a percussion shaker with a percussion hit on the 2 and the 4. So you could really pull this off well with 4 people. You could have a keys player, a percussion player, and 2 guitar players. Or you could pull any of those out and really do it, and it works. So this arrangement will work. So you do the verse, the turnaround, you got verse 2, chorus 2, and it just kind of builds in intensity the whole time. And then you get you do the turnaround, the next turnaround, which is the same as the first one, same as the intro, and then you get to the bridge. And the bridge I have simplified, so this is where it gets a little complicated on the Hillsong album. So to play the bridge, it's E minor. Spirit lead me where my trust, C, is without borders. Let me, G, walk upon the waters, to D, wherever you have called me. Do it again. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And it repeats the bridge, and the progression changes on the repeat, and it changes to this. To see, Spirit lead me where my trust, to G, is without borders, to D, let me walk upon A minor. Ever you have called me and take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And then, see, I will call upon your name. And it plays the chorus and kind of drops down to play the chorus there. And then the outro is just like the intro. Just this picking pattern again. Down to a C. And then you're done. And that's the whole song. So it's simple, but I think it sounds really cool in this arrangement. Oceans is one of those songs that if you do the Hillsong United version, it's complicated, it's long, it changes tempo. The one I've made available does not change tempo, so you can click through and get all that information at Worship Tutorials. And I have chord charts available for you there as well. You can download the chord chart kit, which includes both lyric charts and Nashville charts in a number of different keys that I'll make available. So you'll be able to do this as with a male vocalist, and I'll also include keys that are suitable for a female vocalist lead for you as well. So it makes it a little more versatile. You can have really any of your vocalists, if you feel like they are capable of leading this song, there will be an appropriate key for you. Again, you can get the multi-track and the loops from Loop Community, and that will include click tracks and everything else, so you can play along with it, and it all matches this arrangement exactly. If you get the multi-track from Loop Community, it is the same exact studio files as what you get on the iTunes version if you go download that. So I hope you enjoy these acoustic versions of these worship songs. I just think they fill a pretty cool need. They fill a gap that you don't see a lot out there, is these acoustic versions done well. Some people do them, but you do see a lot of like full band type production of these songs with lots of different arrangements. Lots of churches and artists do them. So I thought this would be a cool thing, a little bit different flavor on some of these songs that I think are just really good worship songs. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul